Hello. Today I want to talk about scanning your documents, and that it's not as hard as it used to be, per se. Um, and the reason this is important to your digital, well, first of all, I want to take it back one notch and say, try to cut down on any mail that you get. Um, do you get bank statements in the mail? Do you get your utility bills in the mail? Um, Pretty much all of these can come to you digitally. Either you get an email alert or um, that it's available, or you can just go online to your online banking or whatever and get a statement. There really is no need for you to have all that mail coming into your house, and then most people don't take the time to file it and it ends up in a big pile. So, first of all, try to eliminate as much paper coming in as possible. Um, Second of all, I don't keep paper. I don't keep receipts. We have a copy of I do every year print out our tax return though and keep that in a safe place. I have my official business documentation, the papers saved. We've got social security cards and our wills are printed out. Um, any other paper I keep, I have a file for a lot of my clients, and that's quick reference notes so that when I'm working on a project, I can have that piece of paper sitting next to me so I don't have to toggle back and forth between a family timeline and their photos, for example. But for the most part, I try to get rid of paper as soon as it comes in or timely. So, for example, receipts. I'll keep receipts um, if I might be going to return something, but obviously I keep a lot of receipts for business documentation. So I scan those. And in the recent years, I try to scan them on the go. And then I don't have to even bring them home. So I want to show you, and it is ideal to scan documents as PDFs and not just take photos. Photos work, but they're harder to deal with if something has to be printed in the future. Or it's just ideally you want documents scanned as PDF, whereas you want to scan a photo as a JPEG or a TIFF. Not going to get into photo scanning today. But what I do love to do is I'm going to try to bring up two apps that I love that I can do this in. So let's see if it will let me share my screen here. Okay. I have OneDrive on here, and I was kind of messing with OneDrive, and you can scan directly within the OneDrive documents, but I need to do more research on OneDrive because more people have it. And you can scan within there. I just personally do not use it, so I need to find out better of how to use it. But so I went just into the OneDrive app. Sorry, I did that really fast. This is the home screen of OneDrive. In the middle, there's a picture, a little camera icon. Sorry, I'm too close to this receipt. This is receipt for a drop off of a package. But in OneDrive, it gives you the option of a document. So this receipt's a document. If I take the picture, can you see how it like kind of frames it out and then confirm? And it's going to save that. I can add to it, crop it to wherever I choose to save it to. This is where I get a little confused because I don't really use, I'll just save it to documents. Okay. See, I don't use it enough. But then it also gives you whiteboard, business card. Here's business card. But what it does is it'll crop out. It recognizes it's a document. Dark things you're going to want to do on a light surface, light things you want to do on a dark. But I think you can see how it actually cropped my business card right out. I personally am more of a Dropbox and a pCloud fan. So here's the example. I was showing a picture of my husband with long hair last night. Here. Okay, so this is the home screen on Dropbox. In the bottom middle, it says create. If I hit create, I want to scan a document. Whoops. I'm not holding it very steady. And I could have hit the button, but if you saw it, it just did it on its own. I can hit next. Then I'm just going to put it in my fast folder. I can change the name. I would probably change the name on my computer because I like to type on a computer keyboard instead of my phone. And apparently going back in time 11 years. What day did I drop this off? Yesterday. Save. And now that a copy of that document is in my Dropbox folder, and I chose where I wanted it. So I just like it how it, and it doesn't go into my photos, and it crops it again, just so you can see. I should have done, oops. Sorry, I should have meant to do my business card. So you can see how it automatically crops it itself. And no, it's not perfect, but you don't need a perfect copy of a receipt. You're also not always going to get a perfect copy when you scan a receipt on a scanner because they're maybe not lie flat or anything like this. You can also do the same thing in pCloud. Go up to the top of the screen, hit the plus button, and there's an option to scan document. I'll just do and you can, there's lots of options, but here okay, it's asking me to move closer. And it just did that without me pushing the button. Then I've got the scan. I can change the name, whatever I want it to change it to. So just wanted to share that there's a lot of ways to scan a document without actually, getting out, opening up your scanner or going to your scanner. You can just scan a document from your phone, and a PDF is much better than just a JPEG. Hope that's something you didn't know about before.